Hello, hello. Oops, look out. Here we go. I got it all together. YouTube, Facebook. Oh, my hair. How we doing, guys? I'm going to everyone get on board. Here we go. Oh, how do I turn that off? That's going to be annoying, huh? Hi, Elizabeth's here. All right. All right. Let's see. Just give it a minute. Everyone's coming up. All right. Hey, Karen. Elizabeth. Here we go. And we're off. Faith. Hi. Suzanne. Okay. Okay. How are we all doing? Oh, my Lord. Come on. Come on. Orlando. Come on. Hi, Karen. Pamela. Gail. Wow, look at you guys go. Barbara. Sarah. So cool. Mary. Okay. Hey. Orlando, you want to come here? No. I'm being shunned. Okay, well, let's talk for a minute then. What's going on? What, Noah? Everyone's needy. So needy, the animals are. Needy dog. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Sarah, hi, Jackson. Yay. All right. Noah. Can you see Noah? Can you guys see Noah? Nope, I don't play with the camera. Froze? No, don't say froze. Don't say froze. Never say froze. I keep hearing that. It shouldn't be froze. I know it's not froze. All right. Okay. Facebook is freezing. That's fantastic. That's great to know. Polls. Let me know. You guys think I should start over again on Facebook? Doing that. You have to switch. Okay, people are coming over here. Okay, I'm going to turn Facebook off. Stop. No, stop. Go away now, baby, please. Oops, look out. Here we go. No, trash that. We got it all together. Let's try again, shall we? Post. This is so much fun. Live video. Start. Okay, guys. All over again. Here we are. I'm just going to say how everything has been so positive and optimistic this week. It's been a great energy since the full moon on Tuesday. Feels like some of the energy is lifting. Feels like there's possibility and optimism. What? Okay, I'm here. And you people come. Okay. So yes, it feels optimistic. It feels positive. The readings, I have to tell you, I've been tired this week, and I kind of put an energy that I wasn't really up for a lot of the quickies, and there weren't a lot of quick readings. There was just the perfect amount, just a few every day, where it's usually like between 10 and 30 a day, on top of busy store and on top of everything else, and privates before and after hours. Tired just thinking about it, but no, it's good. It was good. Seems like the reading topics were more about people, especially students. A lot of students came in this week. Just that am I going in the right direction? Which is not a bad thing, you know? Am I going in the right direction? People thinking about moving, thinking about leaving bad situations, but am I going in the right direction? That would be the theme, okay? The theme of the week. So, I am. Yeah. Hey, Kristen. Yeah, I am. I work hard for sure. But I love it, so it's fine. Carrie, Patty, good. All right. Well, who knows? Sometimes YouTube just stinks, and sometimes, So, Deb, hi. Great, yeah. So yeah, that was great. Loving that. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Rosemary. Um, yeah, I got quit looking at comments and people reading them. I'll lose my train of thought here. So that was a theme. That was a thing. People, God, buying cars and getting ready to move. I mean, just really good stuff. So coming in, lots of stones. Plus, I got a big shipment of new stones in. We have an entire case and a half filled with new swords. So lots of pointy, shiny things. We finally tracked down some rose quartz. Can you believe that the second most common stone on the planet sold out everywhere? I couldn't get tumbled rose quartz. So I think those TikTokers are doing some spell work because I tell you, they're like a horde of grasshoppers. It's wonderful, like a locust horde. Hey Agatha, I hope you're feeling better. It looks like you were. I was watching you, following you with your COVID ordeal, which was not cool. You didn't mention how you got it either. I know you were upset, but because you're pretty much socially isolated. But Kathy, sure. Okay. So, anyways, rose quartz. Yeah, but I love the TikTok witches. Please don't hear it as a criticism. A lot of people are criticizing them. I am not one of those people. To look a gift horse in the mouth, that is dumb. I'm in business. So they want to talk about hematite rings, and everyone wants to come in and buy up all my hematite rings. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you for that. Nothing wrong with that. All good. I've been hearing a lot of criticism. Honestly, with the Instagram, it started with the Instagram witches, dermatology. Okay. Well, the dermatologist office, great. Because you had it bad. You almost got hospitalized, hadn't you? Sorry you went through that. So, yeah, stones, TikTok. Listen, who knows how the goddess calls us? Who's to say that this is how you're called, this is how you're not called? If what doesn't you show up at the party? Some will stay, some will leave. But yeah, it's just like you're here. It's not my job just to police that. The only thing that I'm concerned about is some of the misinformation. But guess what? There's always been a misinformation. People have been misrepresenting, and so you got my newsletters, I'm sure, all of you. And I am up to here with scam artists. I had some horrible stories. I didn't want to write about them. I didn't want to embarrass anybody who would recognize themselves. I never do that. If I ever write about anyone in my newsletter, please know that I asked permission, usually change names, and ran it by them. So no one is mentioned in my newsletter that didn't have been given permission. I wasn't told I could say what I said. The stories I was hearing this in April about, we're still in April. I'm already projected into May. But the stories I was hearing, I sleep at night, extorting money from people. And there's one that runs around. I'm holding names, okay? Holding names and locations. I'll deal with it. I've dealt with a couple already. I dealt with one, and she'd be lucky to get a job reading Dogs the Pound right now. I mean, seriously, done with that one. But come in my shop pulling that bullshit. You're done, honey. But that's where all the patience runs out. But there was one running around, very nice looking woman in a suit, petite, very well mannered, well groomed, going up to people, and I think looking at probably shoes and purses, because picking people who were carrying high end bags, and she would know they would have some money, and it's the same thing. It's, oh, I just got back from church. I'm a very spiritual person, but I couldn't help but notice, and it hurts my heart. Your aura is black. Something horrible is attached to you. And usually, in one case, I know personally, there was a child with this person who was going through a terrible divorce. So she's like, I feel it's going to attack the child, affect the child, which right away, $25, and then when you get, this work done, it's thousands of dollars. And the one person who came back and told me, when she said, I don't have that kind of money, she goes, oh, I know you don't. I know you don't, which is why I do a payment plan. and more and more. So this month was the payment plan month. Were telling me about how they were one woman in her 70s, 70, waiting for that 74 age when you get your full pension. So working 3 jobs at 70, 2 jobs to live, and 1 job to pay her debt to the reader in Stratford, okay, that she was going to, who stopped taking calls but doesn't stop taking her money. And when I said, listen, you have to pay her. You have to pay her any money. I couldn't turn a toad into a toad. Calm down, you know? But no, oh no, she had powers and was afraid, and this is intimidation, this is shakedown, this is bad stuff. I do tread lightly. Some of these people are dangerous. We had a situation where there was some psychic in Greenwich that overstepped her bounds. There's territorial issues. They're very gang-like, and she got shot. So I'm not, I'm not looking for to start a gang war. I'm just saying I'll have the names. Give me questions, give me a call, and I'll deal with things in my own way. Besides that, but I'm already hearing stories. People already sending me information. And hey, Nora, now YouTube froze. Are you kidding me? Is YouTube still frozen? This is bullshit. Let me know. Hey, Robert. Hey, Kim. Okay. So, yeah. Is YouTube frozen now? Anybody? It shouldn't be. It's not telling me it's frozen. And the clock is running. No, thank you. Okay, Elizabeth, thank you for that. All right, so that was my week. That was where the newsletter theme went. Why I was so angry. Hey, Paul. And that's that story. I cannot stand the idea of how you sleep at night when you take money. Whether it was that, what was that guy that not Weinstein? Who was the one that had the pyramid scheme that extorted money, went to country club, went his own country club, shaking down widows and these prosperity preachers taking social security checks. I mean, how do you live with yourself? I don't get it. Okay, it's working now. Good. I'll tell you what's been off me is Facebook Messenger was messing up all day yesterday and today. I couldn't switch between the accounts. It was buffering. I guess that's what I'm doing, the symbol for buffering. Buffering. Gloria, Francine. So yes, that is that. And so I call it spiritual extortion. I call them spiritual extortionists, and I don't care what their faith path is. Shaking people down. And that's not the same thing as a bad reading. Extortion is extortion. Bad readings happen, or weak readings, where they're not really Christine. They're just off. They're off, not really informative. They ramble, they're just, oh my God, hello, Rita's husband. So that's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm not talking about a bad reading. I'm talking about extortion, where people do that whole, your aura's black, your chakras are blocked, there's a demon, there's a curse, you are cursed, your family's cursed, kids are cursed, gotta lift curse. In all my years, and I am not a demonologist, like my friend Andrew Neville is. I am not a shaman, like a few of my friends, Jess Hunter, Lucy Walker. I know quite a few. We have some very talented shamanic practitioners here in Connecticut, actually, gifted, that have traveled around the world, or extremely well trained. But even still, I see a lot of people. I talk with a lot of people. And also, there was a handful of times where I would honestly say somebody had someone put something on them. And there's kind of 2 ways that it happens. One is to practitioner themselves that have some talent and the time and the energy. Very often it's a member of the family, because they can get closer that way. That's frightening. And the times I've seen that, it's because they're right there. You're sleeping with the enemy. They're right on top of you. And it's a biological tie, so it gets sticky fast. The other is practitioners who view it almost like Pontius Pilate, like washing his hands, like I have no guilt. They just view themselves like they're the gun, but you're pulling the trigger. So they're doing the work, but the guilt's on you because you're, you know what I mean? They're just the means to an end. They're a vehicle. So they can do it without any sense of moral guilt, you know? Would be my thing. Make a lot of money doing it, I can tell you that. Years ago, I had a man come in the shop back in, wow, like in my second year of business, I think. I'll share I wrote a blog on it too. Um, Guy came in and he was with his kid and her boyfriend. It was the weird, no, some of his girlfriend, sorry. And he was like, so I ask you a question. And I love when they walk in like that, like, ooh, ask me a question. Um, but could you kill a person if you had to magically? I guess I would need to know why I want to kill a person magically. No, I just wasn't sure you could do it or not. I mean, I didn't know if there was something you could even do. Like, well, again, why would I want to do that? Well, my wife is being very difficult. We're not in love anymore. I've met my soulmate, and it's very complicated. I'm like, I've been divorced. What's complicated? You file for divorce. Costs a lot of money. You know, you give up a lot. What about it? Well, that's the thing. There's a lot at stake. I'm like, yeah, I've been there, done that. Well, I just think, it would be easier. She won't let me go. Like, she won't let you go. There's no slavery. I mean, you file for divorce. No one can force you to stay in a marriage. It's going to cost half your stuff, but no one can hold you there. Don't tell me you can't go. I went with 3 little kids. You can go. And my the love of my life, her husband's the same way. Like, they just won't let us go. I'm like, again, that's an issue for the court and legal. That's not a matter of magic. That's doing the right thing and removing yourself legally from the situation. I don't understand the issue. Well, I'm just saying, I guess you just can't do it. I guess you just couldn't do it. I'm like, I can't imagine why I'd want to. But I'll tell you what, you go down to any botanica, you start asking around, do you want to do this kind of thing? And I assure you, you'll have someone who will help you out. I said, it's going to cost you a lot of money. You'd be better off just getting a lawyer, frankly. But if that's the road you want to walk down, find someone that wants to do that kind of work, they're out there, and I'm going to point you in a direction. Go, that's what you're looking for. And no disrespect to the botanicas, but there are people there that or associated with who will help. They're there. And no disrespect, because I shop at botanicals. I got nothing but good things to say. What am I looking at here? Hold on. I'm looking at comments. Okay, good. Everything's working now. Awesome. Hi, guys. Hey, Timmy. Tamuna. All right. And Lori, hi. So anyways, that's that. I don't know, even done on that topic, but people, yeah, bad magic, dark magic. Usually any of us who are practicing long enough know how it's done. I don't understand though, and I laugh about this a lot with China. The women who come in who are drawn to witchcraft or drawn to magic. Magic has always been that place of last resort. When you can't get a fair break at court, when your child is very sick or you're very sick and you don't know what's wrong and the doctors can't help you, when you can't get a job, you just cannot seem to get through. That's always the last place you go historically, forever. It's been the last place you go. The place of last resort is magic and witchcraft. And that's fine because it means you've exhausted every other possible logical way of doing it. That's the way it should be. But for some reason, when women come in, they almost always are looking at protection for their family, some sort of healing, or love work. I'm going to say 98% of the time. Protection, healing, love magic, right? And the men come in, and it is almost universally. And no offense to the men, because I got so many male friends I love who aren't like this. But when they come in fresh and new, they're looking for power and money. And of course, sex just comes with those things. When you have power and money, you're having sex. No matter what you look like, you'll get told you're gonna have sex. And for some reason, oh, that's all right. Just watch from the beginning. Hi, Robin. They feel the need to mansplain the magic to you. So they come in and then they're like, so I don't know if you have this. I mean, it's always a challenge. It's always like a throw down the challenge, right? Yeah. Now, I don't know if you have ever heard of this before, but do you know anything about the Keys of Solomon? I'm like, yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. Do you have any books laying around? Okay, just those books are like in the hundreds of dollars category, right? So no, they're not just laying around; they're in private collections, our private collections. I'm like, no, I don't carry those in the store, but I know what you're talking about. Oh, so you know about the neck. Yes, I know about that. Well, do you teach here? Do you do lessons? Do you take on apprentices? Like, no, no, I do not do that. And you probably don't know this, but I am very powerful. Okay, you wanted me to be an apprentice, but all right. And then proceed to mansplain to me all about dark magic and why it applies to him and why he is the only one, that I probably ever met my whole life who can do this. Even with something as benign as Reiki. Reiki. The men will come in and they're like, so you the owner? I'm like, I am. He goes, yeah, I'm Bob Smith. How you doing? So listen, I'm a Reiki master. I'm like, and it takes all my strength, not to say, Reiki Master San, I have been waiting for this day. The prophets have spoken of your arrival. Okay, Reiki Master. He goes, yeah. So, do you know anything about Reiki? Yeah, it's got to be a challenge, right? I'm like, yes, I've taken some Reiki classes. Yep. Oh, so do you teach? Do you need a teacher here? Like, no, pretty much we all have our Reiki certificates and we're pretty good here, actually. It's like, oh, well, can I ask you a question? I'm sure. What's up? Well, what do I do with this? I'm like, do with what? Well, this Reiki. Like, I've got my Reiki, my Reiki third degree, and what do I do with it? I'm like, what do you do with your Reiki skills? It's like, yeah. Like, you do Reiki. You do Reiki. Reiki trees, Reiki people who need help, Reiki, volunteer, provide energy where it's needed, Reiki food for people, whatever job you have, Reiki in that. And but I'm like, what? Well, what about the exchange? I said the energetic exchange. There's, yeah, like, you give people Reiki, you'll get an exchange. Trust me. Well, but what about honoring the gift? I'm like, using the gift to help people in need is honoring it. I assure you. But what about I said, what, the money? The cash? The money. Payment? Yeah. Probably not gonna get that right away, if at all. Everyone has their Reiki now. The day where Reiki was new and novel and unique is over. A lot of Reiki people aren't even teaching Reiki anymore because it's become like a pyramid scheme. Reiki 1, Reiki 2, Reiki 3. Now you too are a Reiki master and you can teach Reiki. No, it's not how it works. I know lots of talented Reiki practitioners who stopped teaching for that reason. And I know some who are excellent who still teach on a very limited basis. I'm happy to provide those names to people because I know they're credible, certified Reiki people. Um, oh my God. But even with that, I don't understand it. And I love men. I have a great dad. I have sons. I have brothers I adore. It's not about that. I read so many men because honestly, I can speak their language. You have brothers. You know how men talk. They just they look at information differently. Um, and that's fine. But some of these are the same thing. So Reiki envy. Master Reiki, yes. I know it is funny. My life it is. You know what? If you keep your sense of humor, it is the stuff that I hear and see every day is funny. It is. Um, I wrote in the newsletter about this, and it's true. It's exactly how they present this with me. It goes like this. It goes, so Laura, don't get mad, okay? But I went to go see this other reader. Like, I send you guys out of here all the time. I tell you where to go, by all means. Not mad. Okay, I get that. But listen, I went to the other reader, and oh my God, Laura, it was a great reading. Like, no disrespect. I'm like, I'm taken. But she knew everything I was going through, and she knew um, why, why I have such terrible luck. She explained it to me. I'm like, okay, well, do you know why? Like, let me know. She's like, well, when my mother was pregnant with me, somebody was really jealous of her, and they made a circle outside the door, and she stepped into it, and that set off a family curse that I carry, and it's a curse, and it has affected me all my life, and that is why everything has gone wrong. That's why I can't keep a job. It's why things are just I'm always getting sick. That's the reason because of this curse. I'm like, okay, so what do you think about that? I'm like, that's a lot. That's something. So, um, can you help with that? I'm like, I don't see the curse. I don't, she did. I didn't. Um, I don't know what to say, but probably I would go back to her and ask her how you lift this curse, how you work through it. Silence. Um, oh, wait, let me guess. She wants money to lift that curse. She wants like $1,200. How'd you know it was? I'm psychic. Okay, it's always $1,200. It's always $1,200. No matter what the hell. It's candles. It's baths. It's whatever. Now, energy sticks to you. Absolutely. If you work in certain industries, psych hospitals, oh my God, it sticks just like the energy in your home can get heavy if you've got someone who's chronically depressed, someone who's an addict, an alcoholic. It weighs the house down, it weighs your spirit down, it sticks to you. You got to clear yourself. Okay, you're not killing demons, but you got to clear yourself. A salt bath. In the old days, we'd say go to the ocean, high tide, throw yourself in, submerge 3 times, wash it off you. Okay? But those days, right now, Connecticut, the Sound, I don't know, can't really do that. Not now. So you take a salt bath. I always say that if you want, email me at lenhart@comcast.net and I will send you my Sage and Salt Bath papers. A salt bath does a lot all by itself. There's other things you can do. But if you're just the day to day of working with people, especially if you're anything hands on, so doctors' offices, nurses, hairdressers, because they're right there at the crown, they're just picking up all that energy. You gotta clear it off, that's all. Um, but to sit there and say a family curse, I've seen that a handful of times. Literally, where I can say somebody genuinely had something done to them, and it's tough. That requires someone with shamanic skills to cut those cords, to go to clear that energy. That is hard to do. Um, I will say in my Sage and Salt Bath papers, and I'm not a Christian, but if you are having a hard time sleeping and you suspect your sleep is being interrupted, because You can be affected by daemons, you can be affected by energies, elemental energies, ancestors, ghosts. Yeah, those things are real. They're not cursed. They're just real entities that can fuck you up. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Screw with you. So a railroad spike under the bed. I know people who like, bam, done. You're all set. You're clear. How simple is that? A railroad spike. Um, there's a psalm, and the psalms are magical. There's no doubt. Anyone who practices hoodoo, um, it, the psalms are deeply. My grandmother told me about certain psalms that stop blood from flowing, psalms that would cure burns. And my grandmother was Catholic, but Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd. You lay there with the Bible open to that particular psalm. Say it out loud before you go into bed. Say it out loud before you get out of bed. You will sleep through the night and not be touched. Because I know people who've had people crawl into bed with them. I know people who've been psychically raped. That happens, but it's not a curse. There's a difference. The idea that someone did something to you and now you can't move forward. You're no different than the guy telling me he's got to kill his wife because, it's complicated. No, it's not complicated. You get rid of it. You get a divorce. You take care of it. You can't stand a victim mentality. I don't know where that came from, but this idea that somehow being an empath makes us so helpless that we can't get out of our own way and we can't breathe the air. We can't walk into any place. Everything. Stop it. Stop that right now. Okay? Yeah, I'm looking at the comments now because anyway, yeah, there are a lot of phonies. So anyway, that's what's going on. I can tell stories forever because I mean I've got 14 years in business as of the 15th of April and a whole lot before that. So it's funny. And I think too, the reason people find themselves drawn to magic, and again, I guess it's probably more men than women, but there's a level of intimidation, and I don't like it. But it's like, okay, I might hurt you, so you're gonna leave me alone. So people who have been bullied, people who have been disenfranchised, will find magic as a defense mechanism, and that's too bad. Wearing a pentacle because it's going to intimidate people. Um, I know a few that wear hubcap-sized pentacles. It's like, okay, you're really going to scare people, aren't you? And that's not the way to go. I don't see it. Most of us wear pentacles inside our shirts. I don't because I have the shop, but and it's perfectly fine. We don't proselytize, so there's no reason that you have to put on a show be magical, especially witchcraft. Hey, you. My hours in the shop. Okay, so I read on Wednesday, Friday, 11 to 7, and Sunday, 12 to 5. And make sure, Harley, that I always say 6 to 8 weeks in between readings. So I don't want to see you if it's been less than 2 months. Even for the $5 readings, I want 2 months has to go by. And my mentor would make you wait 6 months. So, person that I learned a lot from had a 6-month waiting period, and actually would prefer you waited a year, but with her big readings, when she sat down with you for like 45 minutes, she expected to see you again for 6. And she was amazing. I would give anything. She passed away. And I can't even tell you, boy, what I wouldn't pay to have. I've never seen her read like Judith did. And wow, she could go out years and years. And just what I loved about her readings, and I went like every 6 months, and she gave me a folder. Or was a folder that went with it. But she would let you know things were happening and give you signposts. So you know that this is happening when this happens, or when you see this, you'll know you're coming upon that. Rita, I do 10-minute, $5 readings. They're walk-in appointments. They're walk-in readings. There's no appointment. There's usually a line waiting. And I'm waiting on the store, and I've got to answer phones, but happy to do them. Oh, Aaron, thank you for that. Otherwise, everything's by appointment. Saturdays, I have readers. This Saturday, tomorrow, I have Sherry and Karn. You can walk in. They have appointments, but they have open space too. and those readings are 30 for half an hour. My privates are 30 for half an hour. And then, like I said, the quick readings that are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So that's how that goes. And I'm booked out about 2 months. So yeah, Judith, and it's so funny. I was talking to someone and mentioned Judith, and she said, "Oh my God, I saw Judith when I was in high school," and she just actually mapped out her whole life. She was amazing. She was staggering. I mean, just staggering. And I'll tell you what, affordable. And that's where I just really struggle with the prices that some people charge. I'll tell you what you charge. Charge what you want to charge. I don't care. Charge $1,000 for an hour. There's a few readers that do that. But she charged when I started going to her, it was $40, and she raised to $50 for almost an hour of her time, and it was fine. Um, she'd give you a stone. She would and then the folder, and I don't know. I think they should be affordable. I do. Um, and I think probably, in my opinion, and I don't have a huge crowd with this, but I think that they should pretty much reflect what people earn in the real world. Um, if the gifts were given to you, then you didn't pay money for those gifts. You took classes. I get that. You'll train in different ways, but that's just my opinion. That's just my feeling about it. And I'll tell you, my readers in my shop have certainly given away readings. Have certainly gone above and beyond. Every one of them I know has done that kind of work. So you know, I do want to say that. So, anyways, that's that. I don't mean to take away from anybody's, income. Most of my readers do have full-time jobs or part-time jobs doing something else. I only take a $5 cut from their money, so it keeps my prices down. I don't take half or, which is fine. Other shops have got to do what they got to do, you know? Oh, thank you, Patty. It's not about me being about, it's not, but it's not about that. It really is. This is what and also I'm directed by my own guides. Trust me, okay? I don't just come up with this stuff, out of thin air. So very clearly guided, and all my needs are met. My bills are always paid. I can't tell how many times, and there were some lean times, especially when I was going through my divorce, where I would, get the bills. I'd be like, oh my God, 98, 63, 112. Like, oh my God, I got to pay these bills. And that day, I would write to the penny, what those bills totaled up to. I mean, to the penny. So many times. I'm devoted to Kali Ma. I am a daughter of Kali, and I prayed. And there were times like this month, I really have to make this much money. And bam, I mean, that is exactly what I make for the month. Oh, remember her room? Yeah, Judith had a room in her house. A lot of readers will not read in their home, but Judith's house, she had a bungalow type colonial, and you'd go in the door, and then to the right was this wonderful long room, and you'd sit there, and she'd start reading with her back to you. She'd have her back, and she'd face away, and she would just talk about what was going on, how you were feeling, what she was getting off you. I'll never forget my first time seeing Judith. The very first time I went to see her, I got nauseous. I actually was getting sick in the morning. I was like, oh, I'm coming down with something. I'm going to cancel my appointment. And I started feeling better. And by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was better. And I went, but she was reading me in the very beginning. And she goes, oh, your stomach is gurgling. Were you sick earlier? I'm like, oh, here we go. And it just took off from there. She read my kids like she knew them. My little one who wasn't born yet, she had details about him going into I saw her every 6 months, once a year for about 8 years, 9 years. So I kept all my folders and all my notes, and there's still stuff that she talks about that is still resonating to this day. Shortly before she died, and I didn't know how sick she was, I called because someone told me she hurt her leg. I called to check on her and say hi. She said, oh no, dear, I'm just taking a little time off. I hurt my leg, and I'm just kind of taking it easy. And she goes, and how are you doing? And how is that spiritual center of yours? And I said, well, Judith, I mean, I don't know if I call it a spiritual center. I mean, it's a little shop, you know? And she goes, no. She goes, no. She goes, it's so much more. And she goes, it's going to be so much bigger. But, well, there's things coming up and you'll be part of it. And I'm seeing, you know, the move, like the move. I said, move, what move? She goes, oh. She goes, after, well, there's stuff coming up. You know. I said, Judith, what are you talking about? And she said, I'm talking about an apocalyptic event. She goes, Laura, there's something big going to happen, and you're going to get people out of the area. You're going to help lead them. And I never talk about that a lot because she went on to say things that I frankly pray will never happen. And thank you, Julie, for that. But and it also, I don't want the ego trip of, you know, I'm trying to not be the guys that come in, you know, oh, I'm Reiki Master, oh, you know, I'm the chosen one. I no. Let's just not have that happen. Um, but I do believe that I'm a space holder, and I believe that talisman is a refuge and a sanctuary and a portal. And I think that they'll come in and it's welcoming, and I want people to feel safe. That means everything to me. You need to come in and know that no one's going to make fun of you, no one's going to pick on you, no one's going to hurt you. And one of the challenges that China and I are facing right now, talking about doing some sort of witchcraft academy, some sort of real, you know, possibly starting a church, so to speak, quote unquote, and having services. You know, we're talking about the full moon, the aspects that we want to do. We're waiting for the mask mandate to be dropped. We're making plans now so we move forward quickly. We've already looked into what it takes to um, send in the proper documents. And not that we want to have services per se, but yeah, someplace people can meet and be community. And yeah, um, hey, Angie. So that's what we're working on. And I was looking also at maybe doing a summer camp. Again, I got to find a location. Um, but a summer camp for young people. One of my young witches raised that as an issue, as a potential, and I'm like, God, that's a really good idea, you know. Um, and it is a knee jerk to a lot of the bad information that's out there. You know, there's there's a right way to do everything. You can't just say anything goes, because even as eclectic as we might want to say we are, being eclectic doesn't mean that you're sloppy. You know, it doesn't mean that you just throw it out there and see what sticks. Aww. China's being shy about her house. China's being very shy about her apartment now. So I understand why. So I am painting my place. It's a train wreck in here, but when I'm done, I'm not so shy. So I we'll do something. Don't worry. Um, and I think China will show aspects of her home. I think she's just nervous about having everyone in like that virtually, and honestly, magically and energetically, there's reasons to not do that for sure. Um, anyway, I could babble on forever. There's stuff coming up. There's stuff happening. I my personal stuff, personal passion is for ancient prophecy, um, and wait and see. We have free will. We don't have to go that road. We do not have to go down those roads. We can do the right thing as a human race, and as children of the divine, and we can make the right decision. But I tell you what, unless we all ascend, none of us ascend. This isn't a piecemeal operation. So yes, people are coming through the process, and but these fake people are clothed in wolves in spiritual clothing. They're slowing us down too. You know, this misinformation, and what they do, they realize it. But what they're doing is, when people feel they've been burned or they feel they've been misled, now they just everything's bad. It's like when someone gets a bad reading, well, they're all bad. They're all scammers. They're all fake. Well, no, they're not all fake. Not every spiritual person is out to scam you. Um, it's not true. Like every Catholic priest is not a pedophile. I really am clear about that. As much as you know, I'm not a Catholic. I do believe that we don't need to make fun of other people's religions. We don't need to attack other people's religions. And there are certainly very good priests out there. There's good cops out there. There's systematic issues. There's systemic issues, big issues, and dismantling those institutions is what it's going to take to get everyone on the same page. So I'm shuffling cards, and I'm going to do something different this month. I'm going to do a new month tarot spread, and it's a 4-card spread, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going clockwise. The first card at the base is the main theme of the month. Card number 2 is past influences affecting this month. Card number 3 at the top are roadblocks of the month. And card number 4 to the right is possibilities of the month. Okay? So let's try something different because tomorrow is May 1st. I'm very excited. I love the spring. I love May Day. Wonderful, wonderful time. So, blessed time. And we'll start with Aries. Okay. I think we've talked all our topics to death. Again, until there was a mask mandate, and one of the challenges with the shop is that small back room, where I was going with all that, by the way, is that people feel safe in the shop. When we take it out of the shop, I know where we're having the S spots, open space, there'll be no phones, no YouTube, no TikTok. It's not going to be filmed. Okay, ritual is ritual. We don't do that. But in terms of classes and workshops, the Young Witches Circle that'll be on YouTube, that could be in the back room. That's like seven young people and myself. But in terms of doing something bigger, really bigger, we need another space. We need more space, and that's going to be a challenge. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we're talking about. I mean, in my old shop in Monroe, I could put 70 people, and I've done it. Has up to 70 people in the basement there, but I don't have that kind of space right now. All right, so new month tarot spread for Aries. Okay, the first card, the main theme of the month, is the Ten of Coins reversed. The past influences affecting this month are the Five of Cups. The roadblocks of the month are the Four of Cups. And the possibilities of the month, Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, how do I read those cards? Well, the main theme of the month is the Ten of Coins reversed. Ten of Coins reversed is usually wanting to do work on the house and not having the money. Wanting to sell a house, not getting the money you want out of it. It's the challenge of how do you work out of the house and make money that way. So money at home is the challenge for Aries. How do I, money affecting the home affecting income, right? Aries. The past influences affecting this month are the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is crying over spilt milk. This is not an Aries trait, okay, but I know it happens. We all do it, especially when we're on the true crux of change. We sit there and I see it in the readings all the time. Why did I waste so much time? Why did I waste my money? Why did I spend so much time with this person? Why did I allow this abuse to happen? It's so much time wasted. There you go. That's past influence affecting this month. You don't have to let it happen, okay? You don't have to do that, but it's a natural thing. When you get ready to move forward, you look back and say, God, look at that. Now, roadblocks of the month, the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is just, what do I want? Emotionally, what do I want? And that's a challenge. Because no reading, nothing can tell you what you want. No reading can tell you what you should be when you grow up. I always say that. You can get some of that out of your natal chart, but you can't get, no one can tell you what you want emotionally. You got to know that. That comes from inside of you. And Aries, right now, maybe you are confused on what wants and needs get mixed up real easily. I'm telling my kids that all their lives. There's your wants and then there's your needs. And what you need, may not be what you want. And lastly, possibilities of the month, the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So here's the thing with Aries, is that they are all action. The fire signs are Aries more than any of them. They want to move, they want to go, they want to produce, they want to be busy, they want to be active, they want to be helpful, but it's all about movement and action. And in this case, the Wheel of Fortune reversed is about staying in one place. It's about sitting in it for a while, really reflecting. In terms of the possibilities, I'm going to say the possibility, Aries, is that you're going to wallow too long and not move forward fast enough while you're thinking, what do I want? Why do I waste time? What are you going to do about it? Okay, this is not like you, but and this is the challenge in front of you, is to say, where am I going next? And then getting there. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune reversed. It's a possibility. It doesn't mean it has to be. It really speaks to the need to, okay, you lick your wounds, look at the past, ask yourself why, and then you move on. Okay? And the biggest challenge, the main theme is, how do I make money in the house? How do I make money from my house? How do I make, how do I, if you want to do work to your home, how are you going to pay for that? And looking carefully, maybe you don't want to rush into it, and you don't want to rush into it. I mean, lumber prices alone, if you look at remodeling, I mean, lumber prices have, quadrupled? So there may be a reason you can't move forward. And maybe you feel like you waited too long to sell your house. You waited too long to do that remodeling project. Well, you're right. If you're looking to resell your home and you want to fix things up, and by the way, that's usually a mistake, because it's better to sell it and let the buyer take care of it. You're going to be investing 4 times the money, try and get a profit. So my mom sold real estate, and I bought like 7 houses, and I can tell you that you're better off letting the buyer take care of it, just taking the money off the house and not spending the money. Just get it on the market now. If you're trying to sell a house, get it on the market now. Don't wait. Okay, Aaron. All right. Okay, Taurus. Main theme of the month for Taurus is the star reversed. Great. Past influences affecting the month are the Knight of Cups, upright. The roadblocks of the month, the Moon reversed. And possibilities of the month, the Nine of Cups reversed. Okay, I guess again, we're not going to you got to make it tough. Last week, I almost fell asleep. I was so tired, and the cards were so tedious. I was like, oh my God. It's like a Rubik's Cube, putting these cards together. I know what they mean and how they interact, but then trying to tell the story, it can be a challenge. And that's why I say follow along, pull your own cards out, see how you interpret. But this is my interpretation. Main theme of the month is the star reverse, and that's a sense of hopelessness. That's a sense of sadness. That's a sense of, why do I bother? Okay, it's never going to work. Past influence of the month, the Knight of Cups, which is love. Knights bring in emotions, action, money, ideas, but the Knight of Cups brings in love. All right. Roadblocks of the month, the Moon reversed, things being revealed, listening to your instincts, listening to your intuition, and possibilities of the month are the Nine of Cups reversed. And again, wishes not coming true. So this sounds very negative for Taurus, right? Or does it? I think in one way I would look at it like the possibility of someone from your past, someone that you cared about, coming back in, or thinking about someone that you really loved and cared about, maybe you lost, maybe for whatever reason you doesn't always work out, Um, so there's an aspect there of coming to grips with the fact that this is something that belongs in the past and can't come forward, right? There's that leaving the past in the past, and sometimes it's just a good memory. Sometimes it's not meant for your life. One topic of the week, and a few people came in with it. This is interesting because it hasn't been that way in a while. But the twin flame phenomena, that was the thing. Speaks to this reading, speaks to these cards. This idea of, how do you attract your twin flame? What do you do with your twin flame? I think this is my twin flame I'm dealing with. Well, these are very painful relationships. Twin flame relationships are not soulmate relationships. Twin flame is usually very difficult, impossible. The ones that teach you lessons. Well, yeah, that sounds like fun. Anyone knows what lessons feel like. They're very often only available for a small part of your lifetime. You don't usually share your life with your twin flame. They're married to somebody else. There's something else going on. They're torn from you for some reason. They die young. You die young. Never good. Unless it's really good, then it's great. But you do this dance through lifetimes, through eternity. You keep meeting up in different ways. And you only connect at certain junctures. But we're eternal, right? So in this case, I'm going to say here it's like, here's this love, here's this person or this emotion, but it's not time yet. I think maybe about coming to grips with the fact that something you really wanted may not happen right now. May not happen at all. I don't know. There's a sense of the fear of it never going to happening. But I will say this: it was genuine. It is genuine. It's just not time yet. It's not that you're not imagining the love part of it. It's the timing. Okay. Now, I always say this. Does that mean that every single Taurus is dealing with this? No, they're not. But is someone that you're really close to dealing with it? Is someone you really care about? Just going back and forth and can't let go of that great love, or can't let go of that. And maybe you're meant to help them. Maybe this is how you help them. You tell them some of this, or let them watch the video, for God's sake. It stays on forever. But that's really what I'm seeing for Taurus, is this idea of it's just bad timing, not ready, and it's all, and you're recognizing that. The moon reverse is listening to your intuition. You're recognizing the fact that this just wasn't meant to be right now. But you can move on. Again, moving forward. And because we're eternal, and everyone wants to hear it, it's going to happen in this lifetime. But knowing that it's there, and having done some deep shamanic work myself, and recognizing people along the way, they'll be there. You're always connected by this cord, these people. It's only so long for now. It's not goodbye. It's never goodbye. You never really have goodbye, right? So, Gemini. And once again, there were a lot of Geminis in the shop this week. Another the big month for Geminis and Scorpios. And those were the two of the signs were very hard hit by this full moon on Tuesday. Gemini and Scorpio, see a lot of you. Okay, Gemini, what do I see? I see that the main theme of the month is the Ten of Swords reversed, the past influence affecting, the Knight of Swords reversed, roadblocks of the month, Two of Swords, and the possibilities of the month, the Hierophant reversed. Okay, Gemini. Well, the main theme of the month is coming back up out of the ashes. The Ten of Swords is that awful card. Usually you see someone laying prostrate with 10 swords, like nailing them to the ground, being overwhelmed by your problems, not able to get up and get off your knees, basically. But it's reversed. It is the phoenix rising. It's hitting the bottom of the barrel. and you got to go up. There's only one way to go. Okay, that's the energy for Gemini in this reading. That's the month theme. Okay, resurrection. Past influences this month: the Knight of Swords reversed. Information not coming through. Okay, people not saying what they need to say. Ideas not flowing. Stagnancy, basically. The roadblocks of the month: the Two of Swords. Said you gotta make a decision. Rock in a hard place. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And not being willing to make that hard decision. Why? Possibilities of the month: the Sage reverse, the Hierophant reverse, which is thinking outside the box, which is stepping out of the rut, getting out of a rut. I'm going to say for Gemini, the biggest challenge in front of you is getting out of your own way, getting out of the rut. And that's not like Gemini to have the same repetitious thoughts. But in this case, yeah, it kind of is. And it is making that difficult decision to say, okay, this isn't working. Time to think outside the box. The Hierophant is institutional thinking, is very regulated thinking, and it's reversed. It's the opposite of that. It's thinking outside the box. It's deregulation. It's getting out of a rut, thinking creatively. And I think for Gemini, there's your challenge. You're coming up out of the ashes. You're coming back out of that awful situation. It's resurrecting. But you can't go back to the old patterns. You can't go back to the old way of doing things. It's this new way of doing things now. Okay? Right down to if you've gotten sick and you're getting better, well, now you got to take on a new diet, a new, health conscious plan, a new exercise plan, even there. Okay? When you think of resurrecting, think of a new beginning, a new start. But it's coming out of a real painful place. So it's going to require more than just, okay, well, I'm starting over. No, you're going to get a plan. Okay? And part of that plan really is going to be thinking outside the box. Old ways aren't working. Okay? No one's going to tell you what to do, but the old ways aren't working. Cancer. Right, Cancer for May. The main theme of the month is the Six of Cups. Past influence affecting, Two of Cups reversed. Roadblocks, the Page of Wands reversed. And possibilities of the month, the Emperor reversed. Okay, interesting. So we start off with a very positive card. The main theme of the month is the Six of Cups. That is a card of leaving home or going home. If it's leaving home, it's making a new home, but it's always about going home. Okay, you could be leaving home for a new home, but it's about the energy of arriving someplace that feels like home. Okay? Past event influence affecting, the Two of Cups reverse. That's two people that want two different things. Roadblocks, I'm going to say probably a student. The Page of Wands reversed two things. One, it could be a young person not wanting to take them out of school. And the other thing is lack of job opportunity or promotion opportunity. And possibilities of the month, we see the Emperor reversed. So I'm seeing these cards one of two ways. One is someone leaving a situation. They want different things. The Emperor reversed is often a man who doesn't want to be responsible, or an industry or business that is not doing well. Okay? Because the Emperor and the Empress do denote business to some degree. They're very earthy. The Page of Wands reversed. So I'm going to say either one of two things. One is difficulty within the workplace, either trying to find a new job, commute to a new job, but possibly an industry that's failing. An industry that's not doing well. That's the Emperor reverse. The other thing is it could be leaving your home due to divorce or separation, waiting for a child to get out of school. The Page of Wands reverse, waiting for the school year to end, waiting for educational component. And again, a man doesn't want to be responsible. The Emperor reverse is a man who doesn't want to be responsible. And we see it with men who aren't paying their child support, men who aren't seeing their kids. So there's two ways of looking at it: either an industry that's failing, or a father who's failing, being a father. But for Cancer, the main energy, the main theme is the idea of leaving home, going home, returning home, right? But it is going someplace better than where you're at, all right? Hey, Sean, how are ya? All right. That was Cancer, right? Okay. Leo. Oh boy. God, these cards just not happy. I'm really hoping they'd be really buoyant cards given the energy. So, main theme for May for Leo, the Fool reversed. Past influence of this affecting the month, the Three of Cups reversed. Roadblocks of the month, Eight of Coins, and the possibilities of the month, the High Priestess reversed. Well, in a nutshell, the main theme, not moving forward. The Fool reverse, not moving forward. I'm going to say not moving forward where past influences, previous loves, the Three of Cups reverse. If you were trying to go back to an old love, if you were trying to bring back something that you had loved in the past, don't know about that. Roadblocks. The Eight of Coins, which is being very much geared to career, which is about motivated by work. How would I say as being as a roadblock? Well, I see as a roadblock if I was taking up all my time with working and not paying attention to where you were taking this idea of not able to bring back love or bring love in when you work in all kinds of hours. You really can't. You can't commit to somebody if you're working, a 60-hour week. It's very hard. And people say, oh, you'll fit them in. Well, you really can't. You can't shoehorn people in all the time. Possibilities of the month, the High Priestess reverse. Leo, you're being told here to listen to your instincts. This isn't an issue of logic. This is about looking at your intuition, asking yourself if maybe you're not better off just working for now, maybe not being in a relationship. The idea that you can't recreate a relationship. I say that the Fool reversed has it not launching, and the Three of Cups reversed is just not. It doesn't feel celebratory. It doesn't seem like it. You know what it feels like? It feels like getting. And I've watched on the sidelines where men who cheated, but then they came back to the home. But it's never the same. Even if the wife wanted them back more than anything in the world, it's never okay. It's never the same. So the cards are saying right now your strength is work. I know it reads as a roadblock. And I'm going to say it's because you're using work to distract yourself from what's going on and not really paying attention to where you're going emotionally in relationship. Just kind of like putting all your energy in that direction, focusing on work and letting that be what kind of distracts you from the reality of relationship. All right, Virgo. Virgo, the first card up rather, main theme of the month. The King of Swords, I'm sorry, the King of Wands reverse. The past influence affecting this month, the Ten of Cups reverse. Roadblocks of the month, Magician. And possibilities of the month, Eight of Cups. Great cards. Main theme of the month is the the King of, I'm so sorry. The King of Wands reverse, and that is the male workaholic. That is work, work, work. That's the theme, okay? Off the races, working hard. The past influences of the month, the Ten of Cups reverse, being unhappy in where you live, unhappy at home. Ten of Cups, if the Ten of Pentacles is about financial issues in the home that are positive, then the Ten of Cups reversed are emotional issues in the home that are not really working out when you want them to. Okay, that's the past, but it's coming forward. Roadblocks, the Magician, and possibilities, Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is move. Eight of Cups is absolutely move. That's a possibility for May. With the Magician here, and I'm saying roadblock, the danger is overthinking it. Okay, the danger, and especially for Virgo, who is the overthinker of the zodiac. Okay, you can overthink this, and you need to not. Okay, let it flow organically. You don't make an effort. God knows Virgo always makes an effort, but don't overanalyze every aspect of what's coming forward. Just let it come forward because it's coming forward. You know, you're working hard. You know you're not happy. Emotional issues in the home. Change is coming. Move is coming. It seems you right on top of you, honestly. Don't overthink it. Don't ask yourself, where, when, how, endless charts of budgets. I mean, you know your budget, in terms of what you can buy, what you can rent. You know your budget. Get out of here! You signed the lease. You're moving 22nd. Yay! That's so great, Sean. My favorite Virgos. Yay! All right. I'm so glad to hear that. You guys sent me a picture of the place. Don't overthink. Right? Just let it flow. It's flowing. It's flowing. Right? All right. Okay. Libra. The good news is these are different, and they're just, and the bad news is they're different, and it takes me a little longer to get in that headspace. Flowing now. Libra. Main theme of the month, Ace of Swords. Past influence affecting this month, Page of Cups reversed. Roadblocks of the month, Six of Swords. Possibilities of the month, Ace of Cups. All right, how do I read these cards? Well, so much emotion, Libra. So much emotion here. Well, the main theme of the month is the Ace of Swords. That is clear communication. Now, Libra, you can be vague. Let's face it, you guys can be vague and passive aggressive as shit. Stop it. Clear communication. This is what I want. This is what I'm doing. This is where it's going. Clear communication, Libra. That's the main theme of the month. Past influences, Page of Cups reversed. So you're looking back at failures, you're looking back at losses, you're looking back at emotional pain. Okay? Well, looking back at it, letting it influence you now. Roadblocks of the month, Six of Swords. That is relocation and movement. That is big trip. That is, and the possibilities are Ace of Cups, which of course is the best emotion and love card. The possibility of going someplace and falling in love with the place, going someplace and falling in love is right there. What's going to stop you? Think about all the times you lost. Think about all the times that you put it out there and it didn't work out. Easier just to not play the game. You think you're going to lose the game? Why am I bothering? Why am I wasting my time? Okay? Oh, it froze again. I'm going to wait for a second. And will someone please tell me if Facebook is frozen? Okay, I'm going to say it's not frozen. I hope that was recorded. Okay? So that's Libra. If not, it's recorded on YouTube, guys. And that is great. So Libra, don't fixate on how many times it didn't work. This time around, it might. It looks like it's gonna. Go for it. All right? Big move, travel, if you're planning a big trip, go for that big trip. You may just decide that you want to live in that place. You might. Okay, thank you. I think individual Facebooks are also freezing. It's not always, it could be your computer, your laptop, your phone. All right, Scorpio. Yeah, I need a drink before I do Scorpio. It's just iced tea, but I need it. Okay, thanks, Christine. All right, Scorpio, main theme of the month, the Chariot reversed. Past influence affecting the month, the Five of Wands reversed. Roadblocks of this month, Temperance reversed. Possibilities of the month, the King of Swords reversed. Oh, Scorpio. All right. Main theme of the month, the Chariot reverse. And that's exactly what it means. Stuck in place. It's hamster wheel, stuck in a loop, going nowhere, spinning wheels, in mud. That's the energy of the month. Main theme of the month. Okay, getting unstuck, moving forward. Past influences affecting the month, the Five of Wands reversed. And that's when you've given up on the fight. That's when you've given up, people giving up on themselves, the idea of just not caring anymore, not caring enough to fight about it, just not, and then that's always that horrible place where you don't even bothering to fight anymore. Just giving up. It's the same thing over and over and over again. I'm done. I'm not doing it. I'm not going through. I'm out of it. So this idea of being stuck in place and this idea of the same, and I can't do this anymore. Same, it's past repeating itself. That's the best way to look at that. Roadblocks of the month, Temperance reversed, out of balance. Finding your balance, finding your core, finding your center through all of this. Through all of this, being stuck, hamster wheel, tired of the fight, don't want to do it anymore, find your balance. Find possibilities of the future of the month, possibilities of the month, the King of Swords reversed. Well, as much as you're sick of the struggle and as much as you're sick of being on the wheel, it looks like somebody is holding you there. Somebody's holding you hostage to those feelings. Somebody's holding you hostage to those repetitious actions. Somebody is worn you down to the point that you can't fight anymore. You're not dealing with it anymore. You don't want to hear about it anymore. And that's the King of Swords reversed. The possibility that somebody, male energy feels like, is being a bully, is being unkind, someone who hasn't been very nice, somebody who hasn't, and there it is, that idea that, again, that idea you're trapped within that kind of energy, all right? You don't want that. I'm going to throw one more card for Scorpio. Nine of Swords. All right. The Nine of Swords is overwhelming anxiety, is sense of mourning, honestly. It's a mourning card. There's no other word for it. The Nine of Swords is just what's happened, what's done, and I'm going to say for Scorpio, May be, it's interesting because May is Taurus, Taurus is Scorpio's opposing sign. So I'm not surprised that May would give Scorpio a lot of shit, a lot of problems, especially with a stellium ongoing in Taurus. Hard energy, and a lot of, you may have given up on somebody who couldn't be helped, and now you're mourning. There's that way of looking at it, but it really is, I don't know, that idea of just so much wasted time, such a waste, such a waste. All right. Sagittarius. And I gotta say too, Sagittarians was the other sign was Scorpio, Geminis, and a lot of Sagittarians this week. So Sag, the main theme of the month for you is the Lovers reversed. Past influences affecting this month, the Hermit reversed. Roadblocks of the month. Three of coins, reversed. Possibilities of the month, Eight of Wands. Okay, well, main theme of the month is the Lovers reversed. Means exactly what it means. Living, it could be mean, it's living in the absence of love. It could be that you don't love your job, your home, your partner, your life, but it is living out of love. Past influences affecting it, the Hermit reverse, those are times you chose to be alone. And for Sag, that can actually be a running away thing. You know, this isn't working out, I'm running away. I'm choosing to be alone. Right? And I always say when the signs are conjunct, you know, we had Scorpio, tired of the fight. And in this case, I'd rather just be alone than deal with this. Okay? Roadblocks, the Three of Coins reverse. Okay? Three of Coins reverse is waiting for money to come through. Literally, waiting for money to show up, waiting for that raise, waiting for a bonus, waiting for, you know, the income tax check, whatever. Possibilities of the month. I love the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is all about the focus on career and creative opportunities. I love this card in this deck because it's actually a woman who is, let me see here. See that little shop there? Okay, and the woman here, she's thinking. There's also a little calendar. So this actually is a woman who's planning to open a metaphysical shop. That's what the card is about. And she's planning, you know, all the plans for what she's going to do and how she's going to bring this to fruition. She's got a little model down here, but she's actually opening up a shop. And these aren't my cards, or these aren't our cards. The shop, this is a deck actually that's no longer available. It's out of print. But I've always loved that card. It speaks to, you know, when nothing else is working, make new plans. And that is very Sagittarius. Sagittarius does not wall up. That is not a Sag thing. It's like, okay, I don't love the way this is going. I love what I'm doing. I love the way things are going. I'm not making enough money. I may as well just be by myself. No one can help me. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna focus on the next big thing. Okay? I'm gonna focus on the next job, the next creative opportunity. Wands are creativity and action and movement and sports and, you know, entrepreneurship. That's Wands. All about the business and creativity, opportunity. The stuff Sagittarius loves. Okay? So, you know, when it's Aries that tends to beat their head against a wall. Sorry, Aries, you do. Sag is like, that hurt. Bye. And they're out the door. And they'll hit it once and they're like, you know, we're not doing this. This is painful and horrible. But Sag will just, and usually Sages have head wounds. I mean, that's their thing. They really are that battering ram. It's like, if I just keep hitting it hard enough, it's going to open. Like, or, you know, if you were looking like 8 feet that way, Aries, you might see the open door. You know, it's not the door you want to go out, and they're like, no, it's this door. I'm like, fuck. You know, Aries, come on. Yeah, chop now. But that's the energy. It has to be that door. It has to be that way. Woof, woof. Okay, my dad's an Aries. China's an Aries. Lots of Aries women in the shop too, by the way. And a lot of them are redheads, which is just so much fun. Redhead Aries. So, real aggressive female energy. I'm just saying. Anywho, Stacy. Okay, so Capricorn. Main theme of the month: justice. Past influence affecting the month: Ten of Wands. Roadblocks of the month: Judgment reverse. Possibilities of the month: the Sun. Jesus Christ, Capricorn. Come on, this is awesome. So, main theme of the month: justice. Signing contracts, moving forward, things falling into place. Yeah, okay. Past influences: the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is pressure. The past influences, Ten of Wands is pressure, is carrying the weight of the world, is responsibility. The roadblocks, Judgment reversed, finding new ways to to opportunity, finding new inroads to finding new opportunities. I'm going to say that. Okay, that's the roadblock. Opportunities not being readily available. All right, lots of pressure, but yet the possibilities. The sun. Hello. I mean, when you put the sun next to justice, you're talking about signing contracts, legal issues going your way, promotions going your way, and I think it's just going to be a matter of for Capricorn is identifying where old things aren't working anymore. You know, this idea of judgment reversed. And so what I just said about Aries pounding on the door, we'll look at the open door like 8 feet over there. That's what I'm looking at for Capricorn, literally. All systems are go, but that's not the door. That's the door. Oops, sorry about that. Go that way. Go 8 feet that way. All right. Nice reading for Capricorn. Aquarius. All right. Ugh, Aquarius. And it's funny, I was looking at some horoscopes for Aquarius, and you guys are not having, you and you and Scorpio and Taurus not having the best months. This may not be your best month. Aquarius, the theme of the month, the Eight of Swords. Past influences, the Devil reversed. Roadblocks of the month, the Knight of Wands reversed. Possibilities of the month, the Empress. How do I read that? Well, main theme of the month is Eight of Swords is just, I can't get up out of this bed. Eight of Swords is, why am I bothering to live? Why am I doing this? Why am I even wasting my time? Despair and giving up. Lovely, by the way. Past influences, the Devil reversed. Let's walk away from something toxic. That's the need to be away from something toxic. Because I'm looking at roadblocks is the Knight of Wands reversed, which is not moving forward. I'm going to say for Aquarius, you or someone you care about, not able to move past an addiction, not able to get away from something that's toxic, the sense of feeling stuck, the sense of feeling bound. I can't get out of my own way. That's basically how it is. I can't get out of my own way. This monkey isn't getting off my back. All right. And again, it may not be you. It may be someone you really care about who's you're watching. This is a bystander. It's terrible to watch. It's terrible to watch an addict who just won't stop. It's terrible to watch somebody in a terrible marriage and knowing you can't come out, they go right back. How many times? We've all seen it. So it's why if you call certain places like umbrella agency and you're in a abusive situation, you say, I'm in fear for my life, and they will get you out of there. They'll get you out there. They have safe housing, but they'll say to you, we're sending a car. Can you leave right now? And you go, oh, now, not a good time. Okay, you know what? Call us when it is. Goodbye. Click. They don't even waste their time. They're not being cruel. It's just there's other people that need help. So you're not ready to go yet? No problem. Okay? But watching that is excruciating. Watching someone who refuses, who just can't give it up. Possibly the month is the Empress. Now, the Empress is the matriarch. Empress can be business as well, women in business, feminine business, industry that's with women. But I'm going to say in this case, it is the mother coming through and being the place of refuge, savior, mother having a great deal of importance, possibly the home of the mother, or the mother's family. Okay, so for Aquarius, it really is about possibilities. Is the mother is saving grace. I don't know how else to say it. Okay, I'm looking up here at Leslie, your son Aquarius. Well, Leslie, I don't know what you're dealing with, but it could be on you. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's the one thing you say or do, or it's hanging up that phone and saying, "Let me know when I can help you. You let me know when you're ready, and I'll help you." And it is the hardest thing in the world, I know, to walk away and let someone hit rock bottom. You know, and I know too many people. I remember, oh God, when I lived in Great Oak Farm, one woman that was a very good friend of mine, and they had a lovely home, and they were lovely people. But they had a daughter. They had two kids, and one was great. They had a family, had a home. They were older. They were grandparents actually, But they had a daughter, and she told the story that they had to emancipate her at 16 because as soon as this kid hit 12, it was a nightmare. The defiant disorder. At 12, she was stealing. She was running off with boys. She wouldn't go to school. She was cutting classes. By 16, they emancipated themselves because she was so hell bent on destruction that they were afraid of being sued and losing it because she sold the car. She sold their car. She would take their car for a joyride. She let guys take the car. I mean, they couldn't leave the house alone because she'd have someone in. Awful stuff. Awful defiant behavior. They emancipated her just so that the legal responsibilities wouldn't be on them anymore because you are responsible for your kid until they're 18. They won't realize that. It's on you. You may think that they're grown up at 16, well, they're not. Until they're 18 years old, that's yours. Um, but she ended up marrying somebody and having kids. He was horribly abusive. And she said every couple of years we get a phone call and she's in a shelter, she's on the street. They get her, they clean them up, take care of the grandkid. It's just a nightmare, dysfunctional nightmare. And, get her, we'll get you a job, we'll get you set up. And, um, anyways, turn around and she went right back to the situation. And I remember working in a shelter and seeing it, watching women come into the shelter and battered and turn around and go right back into it. Addicts, how many times, So again, it just seems to hinge on the mother. All right, enough of that. Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Main theme of the month, the King of Cups reversed. Past influence affecting the month, the World reversed. Roadblocks of the month, Five of Swords reversed. Possibilities of the month, the Tower. Okay, that's fun. Main theme of the month, the King of Cups reversed. That can be a man who's an addict. King of Cups reversed is often a depressed or anxious, or addict, alcoholic usually. Okay. Past influence affecting the month, the World reversed. World turned upside down, looking at the past, and somehow yet it's coming forward. How many? And not that different than Aquarius. Again, I say when the signs are conjunct, we see themes in the. So again, this idea of world reversed, everything upside down. Now the roadblocks, okay, the Five of Swords reversed. The Five of Swords is getting and listening to professional advice. So this is something you can't handle. This isn't a matriarch going to help out. This is, you need to get professional advice here and deal with this person or energy. Possibilities, the Tower, not good. This is someone who could absolutely hurt themselves. This is somebody who absolutely is on a self-destructive path. With Aquarius, it was about not being able to get out of a situation. With Pisces, it's about running into the fire, basically. This is about self-destruction. Okay, so this really would be about getting that person into rehab, getting that person into a hospital, getting professional advice to extract yourself from a situation, Pisces. And if you're the one who has the issue, if it's a Pisces, then it is about, stop wallowing and get some help, seek help, because it's going in a really bad way. And so, especially if it's medical or addictive, emotional, get help. Don't just ignore it. All right, I'm gonna throw one more card for Pisces. Ace of Coins reverse. Yeah, this could be financially devastating. Okay, could be financially devastating. So get professional help. Find out how you can either not hold yourself financially responsible. This would be like if you were married to somebody who was an alcoholic, or somebody who had, I hate to say this, and please don't, but let's say they killed themselves. Let's just say someone killed themselves, committed suicide. What would happen to you in the home? Where would you live? How would you manage? If this is someone that you're partnered with, how would you make out? This isn't one of your kids, by the way. This is not a kid energy. This is an adult energy. Um, like somebody over 40. Okay, kings are men over 40. Ironically, queens are women over 30. Kings are men over the 40. It's like a 10-year difference because women mature faster than men. Usually men are not kings until they're 40 years old. But 40 is a great year for men, by the way. But in the case of Pisces, this idea of really, you need to protect yourself. You need to figure this out and understand it's going someplace bad. And that's a great, happy thing. I'm so sorry. New month tarot spreads. But, I always say this, and this is true of my readings. If something negative comes up, it only comes up because it can be fixed. The only reason anything in my readings ever comes up negative is because you can fix it, because you can work through it, because you can escape from it. It's always a heads up, and it's never inevitable that this would happen. Again, seek professional advice. Getting somebody into rehab before they self-destruct. Going to see an attorney before they destroy something, and cause damage that you can't afford to fix. Right? And that's what we got. For some people, it may not be an easy month. The energy of this stellium is hard. It is holding us accountable. We are being held accountable in general. And the world is changing fast. Screen here. I find it very hard to quiet my own mind to try and discern truth and lie, because it's almost like we're surrounded by pathological liars because they believe the lie. It's like that Seinfeld. It's only a lie if you don't believe it, and these people believe their lies, and you're just like, okay, are you misinformed? Are you just a really good pathological liar? Are you a psychopath? I mean, or is more information forthcoming? But it really is a challenge, whether it's obviously this pandemic. We're seeing people talk out of both sides of their mouth. No one knows what to think, what to believe. Is opening up the way we're planning? We're full speed ahead and opening up, but we're hearing about a fourth wave. We're hearing about another wave of a different kind of COVID. Now, are we headed for fucking disaster? As we drop mask mandates, as we begin to socially allow close proximity, this could be disastrous. You know that, right? Or it could be just fine. I don't have the answer, because I don't know about what I'm being told, and what I'm feeling is so off that it's I can tell you what, as much as I hate the masks, and no one hates them more than I do, I'll be wearing mine out in public. I'll still wear mine and I'm not vaccinated. However, I'll wear my mask. I will be keeping my distance, and and that's how I plan to operate. Everyone's going to do what they feel comfortable doing, and and that's that. And I think that's the theme. That's what's going on. There's lots of reason to hope. It's lots of movement. Things are going forward, but we have to stop and think. And one thing I was going to add to the newsletter that I didn't add, but at the end I talk about wanting to protect people and keep and safeguard people. But you know what, guys? You also got to think for yourselves and take a moment to ask: is this a good idea? You know, is this person shaking me down? Does this feel genuine? Does this feel, like this is authentic? You ask yourself some of those questions. You gotta listen to your own instincts too. You can't. I've never wanted to be a guru. I've said that 1,000 times. I'm not guru. Guru is that wise one, and I'm going to dispense advice, and you're going to follow my advice, and that no, no, never. Uh-uh. But I'll help you find your own way. I'll help you find ways to meditate, how to clear, how to calm, how to read. And even these readings, get your own cards out. How do you decipher the readings? How do you look at them? Okay, just because that's how I see those cards, that's how you see them. Think for yourselves, and that's what I like best about being pagan, being a witch. Is it's this idea of being a free thinker. I don't. I'm not bound by certain restrictions. So, um, anyways, that's that. I'm not going to beat this dead horse any longer. Thank you for being here. Everyone behave. See you next Friday. And yeah. And everyone behave. Get some sleep. I think that's we need to get rest. Okay? Bye.